And I'm here with John from Western Carolina University. Could you tell us about your military experience?
Yes. So I joined the Army in 2007.
Okay.
I was a deep sea or engineer diver, 12 Delta. I served for 10 years, ending my career at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri as a drill sergeant.
Wow.
Since then, I left in 2017 and came to Western Carolina. I'm currently the president of the Student Veterans Association.
That's cool.
And today came out with Tom and the rest of the veterans to go through and make people aware of veteran suicide, specifically that 22 veterans commit suicide daily. That's a number that is far too high and is preventable with different mitigation programs, and just make sure people understand how important it is to help those who have served and those who are despondent, and to let veterans themselves know that there are groups out there and individuals who are willing to help them, and that we're all in this together.
Yeah, because you never know. You can see people one day and never see them again, and you kind of want, and you find out who they were, and you just kind of wonder, what if I just said hello and maybe would have, give them enough spirits to, try one more day, and that could have been the day that could have changed their lives. Yeah, because I know that I've had a couple friends that enlisted, and they tried as hard, so they went for as long as they could, but they just weren't the same after leaving the military, and I've lost touch with them, so I don't know if they're even alive. But I'm glad that there are organizations like yours that are able to say, we're here for you.
It's an important message.
Yes. Okay. I'm here with one of our biker friends who helped provide a bit of an escort for us on the way. Could you state your name and where you served?
Tim Parks.
Okay. Where did you serve and how long were you there?
I was at Fort Campbell, Kentucky for 8 years.
Okay. Well, that's good. What made you enlist?
At the time, I had lost my job and there wasn't many jobs available. And I went to the recruiter and talked to him, and I was enlisted 3 days later.
Wow, that's something. That kind of had its own experience, but I said I didn't really do much serving. But what exactly was? Have you lost anyone to suicide?
Yes, I have several friends that I was in service with that have committed suicide.
Yeah, just I guess that if they had your biker group back then, that could have given them just enough hope to be able to keep on riding on. And the fact that because bikers are their own religion, they have their own society, and it's nice to be kind of part of a system, just like being in the military, and just the fact that you still get to see very fancy places, but you can still know that you can go home when you need to.
Yeah, it's a brotherhood for sure.
Yeah. Okay. What did you think of the march today?
It was interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, they walked a lot farther than I'd be able to.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I didn't know exactly what it was. I thought like all of us would have to rappel off that thing, but I'm glad that I didn't have to, because I'm a little bit afraid of heights.
Well, I've rappelled out of helicopters. I never have done it down a rock face.
Yeah, I'm more of a rafting person myself.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Well, so that's very good. Thank you for your service. We're probably going to have a little bit of special entertainment from yours truly in a little while, so I look forward to seeing that.
All right, man. You have a good one.
All right. Here we have one of our female members, and you are?
Hi, my name is Maria Pyatt. I am an Army veteran. I served from 1998 to 2005.
Wow.
Active duty Army, and the National Guard. And I have been with Tom's group for about 5 years now. So this is sort of the 5-year anniversary of our march.
Oh, that's good.
And today was just as good as every other year that we've done it. We had a great turnout, a lot of support from the community, and it's wonderful to see our veteran community coming together to support each other.
Yeah.
I hope that we continue to grow.
Yeah.
I think it's very, very important and vital to bring attention and awareness to veteran suicide, because it is a plague to the 1%.
Yeah.
So that's my hope.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Yeah. And so have you ever been open mic with Tom? Because he's shared some of his experiences about being in Vietnam, like with his through his book.
Yeah. I know a lot of the stories, and you know, I've known Tom for a good long time now. And I know, you know, he's personally been through a lot.
Yeah.
And he is a wonderful advocate.
Yes.
For veterans and for the struggles that veterans have. He's been there. He's been through it. You know, and to see the sort of advocacy that Tom has started to create here in just this tiny little town of Silva, North Carolina. You know, the hope that we can continue to spread it and grow it is ongoing for sure.
Yeah, we all need support, because you never know. Because I've only I've actually recently made contact with one of my friends I've been talking to about 13 years, and he just poured out his heart to me. You know, just and it was just the greatest thing I ever said. I was glad I contacted him before anything else happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, that's you know, I haven't been personally touched. I have lost friends that I served with in the military for other reasons and things, but I have people in my life directly that have been affected by veteran suicide. And it is hard to see what it does to families and you know, to friends. And again, it is, like I said, it's a plague.
Yeah.
And it's it's almost like catching.
Yeah.
And it's scary. It's
Yeah.
very scary.
All right. So thank you for your words of wisdom, and hopefully we get to do this again next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Thanks.
And another lovely lady. Say your name.
Kim Woodard.
Okay. And it looks like you served in the Army because of your hat.
I did. I was in the Army for 10 years.
Okay.
3 years active duty, 6 years in the reserves. I served in Desert Storm.
Wow.
After Desert Storm, we just decided, because I had young children, that was it. We were going to get out.
That's understood.
Yeah. But I love it.
Yeah. Okay. What'd you think of the March today?
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
I love doing this. I love the recognition. I hope people read the signs when we walk by.
Yeah. I like how they kept honking at us. I'm thinking, for once, it doesn't mean that they're mad at something.
Right.
It means they got both hands essentially on the wheel and they can't do a proper salute.
Right.
That's good.
Yes, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, this was actually my first one, so I'm glad to actually have this experience with everyone.
Yeah, we've done this for a long time.
Yeah, the only thing I've kind of done as much, through Western is the tuck cleanup. That's always good. And that'd be like one of the most interesting ways, to actually kind of get this message across, because you've got people lined up for hours, and it's like, you could just like be playing music, and so in this case. But have you been affected by friends who committed suicide, or?
Well, I have. There was a guy in our group that used to walk with us. That, he was a little bit older. He was 70.
Oh.
And he did commit suicide about 2 years ago. Which was sad. But of course, I'm friends with Crystal. And
that's
her husband, but I
and it's not just people who just came home and just couldn't do it. Like, it can take years before everything just finally bowls over and just fate says, come home, almost.
Right. And I work for the VA, so I got a lot of phone calls from.
Well, that's good.
We're on the border, and.
That's good.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need someone that said, I want to hear your story.
Right. That's right. Be sympathetic.
All right. Okay. That's good. Okay. And who do we have here?
I'm Crystal Cochran. I am the spouse of Justin Cochran, and we did the Hump Day walk today in memory of 22 veterans today that commit suicide,
Yeah.
and are just trying to bring awareness to that.
Yeah.
And I'm vice president of the Jackson County Veterans Organization and work a lot with veterans that are suffering from PTSD.
Yeah.
My husband took his life on Christmas Eve of 2016.
Oh. All right, continue.
And so I do a lot of suicide prevention, suicide awareness, and I think it's very important to bring those things to light, especially here in a very small community where there are not a lot of resources.
Yes.
So we just try to reach out and do
Yeah.
whatever we can do to help the veterans of Jackson County.
Well, that's good, because you never know what other people have seen. Because everything is always like saying I can either confirm or deny my involvement. I'm like, yeah, but you might want to give us a vague hint to know just how close to the edge you really are. Because sometimes you just need someone to say, we're gonna do this with these people, and let's see if we can put a smile on your face.
Yes, one person can change somebody's whole entire life.
Yeah.
And just being a good person and being there for your friends and your family is
Yeah.
more than anybody could ever ask for.
Yeah, because now we're so kind of isolated from each other. We may not even think of everyone could be like every man for himself, huh?
Yes. Life it's hard and people can get very selfish, but
Yeah.
we as a society just need to make sure that we are being the people that we need to be and reaching out to our friends and family and just being support when we need to be.
Yeah, because I remember like in Toy Story it says, a good soldier never leaves a man behind, but you never hear like a good man or woman never leaves a soldier behind.
A good human never leaves anybody.
Yes, because you never know. Because you never know if you could not see someone for like years, or even I find out about anything. Because I've only really had one major form of contact with my younger sister in 10 years. That's only just because she came to visit me. She's civilian, but it's just kind of like the idea of being a soldier and you just haven't heard from anyone from back home in so long, and it's just like this is the one miracle that could give you everything.
My philosophy is if somebody's on your mind, let them know.
Yes. Oops. And who do we have here?
Charles Allen.
Okay. How long?
Retired 24 years.
Wow.
Sergeant first class, United States Army.
It said that is a long time to be there.
Oh, yeah.
It said I know every day must have been difficult, but it said America needs more hardworking people like you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. It said some people really enlist for the bare minimum and then that's it. But even then, it doesn't matter how long you're in. If people don't want to help you, that's kind of a bad thing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Have you lost anyone to suicide?
I have known of some of my friends, yes.
Yeah. That's always the thing.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. It said it's always kind of hard when you drift apart from everyone. There's no one says, let's meet up once every year at this particular spot to just kind of catch up, because you never know, what kind of problems could come up, even tomorrow.
You're right. That's just a great thing that we do here in Silver, North Carolina.
Yeah. It said I was expecting, a larger turnout, but sometimes this is one of those things where you got a much better quality than quantity.
Yes.
And I'm very glad that we were a part of this thing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, hopefully we can do this again next year. It said, who knows what's going to happen, because... And it said, what was it? Anything else? Like, you have any interesting stories?
Well, I just got one thing to say that my military service was the best thing that I ever did in my life.
Yeah.
If I had it to do it all over again, I'd do it again.
Yeah.
I am patriotic. I love this country, and I love my brothers and sisters of veterans.
Yeah.
And I really deeply feel for the ones that has committed suicide for different varieties of different reasons. And only in the military that you can tell that the things that their mind is going through from the
Yeah.
experiences that they had
Okay.
and seen too much.
Yeah. And unable to talk about it because that's the whole like I can neither confirm or deny. It's just like so unless there's like some reason, so even like the most basic of things, it's like well you can't really talk about this but that's what people really need, just saying hello, my name is so and so and I want to hear your story.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I think some of the better soldiers are the ones from the past, but so the human body just isn't meant to go forever.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your
Yeah.
time and
Yeah.
service that you have done for the veterans.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried enlisting myself, but there was things going on at home that prevented, but I can at least say I did meet some very interesting people and learned a lot. I learned a lot. I think the best thing I at least had was the dental work.
Yeah.
Although I was very good at test taking. That was the one thing that got my trainers to be quiet for a little while. All right.
I really appreciate you.
You're very welcome, and hopefully, when we get open mic back, you should definitely come to that.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah. All right.
We'll do that.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks.
Well, that was a very long day. Got home a while ago, and I said just kind of walked around in other areas. Hopefully, we'll be able to do something like this again next year. But the message still remains that the fact that every day there are 22 veterans who take their lives, and they could be from any walk of life. It's not just the people that came home and couldn't cut it. They could be any age, and just sometimes they're haunted by their past and they need someone to reach out. Okay, just forget about that whole 23andMe. Just think about the 22V said that could be gone in any moment, because I've known a lot of veterans that were my teachers, and I wish I could see them a little bit more often. I don't know what would happen if just one day you walked into class ready to go and they just said that they're gone, like something that could have been prevented a long time ago was just not possible. And they never really thanked anyone for whatever compassion you gave them. So because you never know. And they always say that so we always try to put our heroes on a pedestal, but the problem is that in order to kind of for that to for that to happen, they have to see a lot of darkness, and people want freedom and glory, but they don't want to pay the bill that has to come with it, because you can't just walk into some recruiter's place and walk out the next American hero. There's a lot of hard work that has to be done, like with any job. If things get too stressful, you need to tell someone as soon as possible so they can get help. Or if you notice anyone who is struggling, find some way to reach out to them, saying I respect your privacy, but if you need someone to talk to, that person can be me. And I know other people either like you or like me that would be more than happy to be a part of this healing process, because like I saw in a picture, it said that there's no such thing as an unwounded scar. We all have people that we care about and we are worried about losing, and it's everything. It's that life could be over in seconds. So everyone who has served or is still serving, keep fighting the good fight, and just know that there are people out there who will continue to bring light on your situation, so that no one has to feel like they have to take the quick way out. And just remember, it is a permanent solution to maybe a temporary problem, because some people only just see themselves in a position where there's no way out, and they said that they can't figure out on themselves. That's why we always need friends. No one could ever truly be alone and expect to function. So this is Ride It Poet Showings signing off, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll be able to have more messages of hope at some point in the not too distant future. All right, thank you.